friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're doing a little dupes video. Back in December, I did a full face of ColourPop dupes for high-end and discontinued products. I mentioned one of the lipsticks from this MAC lipstick set. This is the Teddy's Crew Volt. And this was wildly popular around the holidays. All the retailers were selling out. People were just going nuts for this set. And for good reason. I mean, it has a really cute container, has a bunch of very easily wearable, very comfort zone type of colors, all based around the cult classic MAC lipstick Velveteen Teddy. I mentioned in that ColourPop dupes video a while back that I wanted to look for more dupes or more stand-ins for this set because it was so popular. So I've spent the past several days combing through my ColourPop collection, and while not all of these are an exact match, I do think that they're pretty darn close. Everybody has their own definition of what qualifies as a dupe. For me personally, I think as long as it looks the same when it's in use or is virtually indistinguishable when it's in use, then that's a good enough dupe for me. Some people want the exact same finish, they want the packaging, and some people just say, hey, you know what, even if it's like a little bit close, that's enough to be a dupe for them. So we all have our own different definitions. For me, it really comes in the form of that functionality. So that's really what I was shooting for here. Some of these are not an exact match, and I will warn you, please don't yell at me in the comments. Some of the lip colors that I landed on in this dupes video are no longer available. I'm sorry, I don't like doing that because I know sometimes you see the thing and you really want it and it's not there anymore, and I know that that's super frustrating. But for the purposes of this video, I was really just trying to get as close as I could. And honestly, the point of this video isn't necessarily to tell you, hey, go buy these exact things, but it's more just encouraging you to dig into the things you already have, see if maybe you can come up with something that is close enough or that is sort of satisfying that want for you. Or maybe, you know, you take a trip down to the drugstore, to Ulta, to wherever it may be, and it inspires you to pick up something similar that's more accessible or more affordable. It's not all about the one-to-one match for me. This is more just an exercise in comparison, and really, you know, it's just a little bit of fun and hopefully a good reminder that while these hot items may seem like they need to be at the top of our list, maybe that's not the case. Maybe there are other things that can satisfy that need for us. So my sincere apologies if this video makes you really want something that's discontinued, but I hope that this can be a good jumping off point for you to maybe find a different dupe. And if not, then I hope at least you just have a little bit of fun hanging out with me today. So we're gonna do some lip swatches. I'm gonna do side-by-side lip swatches. So the MAC lipstick will be on this side and then the ColourPop dupe will be on this side. Maybe you could already tell, but I'm already wearing one of my dupes. I can tell because I put it on, so I can tell that they're not exactly the same, but I think, you know, once it's in use, it's pretty close. Let's get to swatching and see how these dupes look side by side. First up, we have the lip colors that I'm wearing throughout the talking portions of this video. The MAC lipstick is Teddy 2.0. It's a powder kiss finish, and the ColourPop dupe is ColourPop's Third Eye. This is one of their matte luxe lipsticks, and I believe this shade has been discontinued. Next up, we're duping the original MAC Velveteen Teddy, their cult classic matte lipstick, and the ColourPop dupe I'm using here is Y2K. It's a Velvet Blur luxe lipstick, and I think the Y2K shade is a little bit more bright pink, but they have to be really side by side up against each other like this to tell the difference. Next is the lip color dupe that was in my ColourPop dupes video that sort of spawned the idea for duping this whole set. The MAC Very Teddy Love Me lipstick and ColourPop's Indulge Me glowing lip. They even feel the same. They definitely look the same, but they feel and wear the same too. So these are really, really good dupes. Okay, we have to cheat this one a little bit. So I'm using a non-matte formula, but because this one is so matte, I wanted the color match from the Fresh Kiss lip cream. So we're gonna cheat it. I'm gonna show you how. First, I just put down a base layer of the lip cream. Okay, translucent setting powder. Get some on your finger, you don't need a lot. And see how this is glossy and creamy? Watch this.
And gently tap the powder on top.
Okay, so I actually had to mix these two shades together to get the right one and cover it with finishing powder to get the right finish, but I think it looks pretty good.
I did have to do quite a bit of mixing to match this, and I think the dupe side just looks a little bit lighter because it has that powder on top, but the finished result is very, very similar to the MAC Velveteen Teddy shade.
We have Teddy's Kiss, which is the Powder Kiss liquid lip color. And this one, I believe, is discontinued. Sorry, it's from the Disney Designer Collection. It's the Luxe Liquid Lip in the shade Flynn. Now, I know these aren't a perfect match. This Teddy Kiss shade was super hard to match.
This is another instance where the ColourPop lip color is just a tiny bit more pink, but in general, I think these ended up looking even more similar than I expected. And a great bonus is that the formula and the feel on the lips is very similar. Same thing I can say for this dupe, the last one in our video. These are so close in finish, in feel, in color. I think this is probably the single best dupe in this entire video. Maybe the tiniest bit more shine on the MAC side, but in general, I think these look, feel, perform almost indistinguishably.
Hopefully this video was helpful or at least fun to watch. I really like being able to put my pretty large makeup collection to work in the form of comparisons and dupe hunting and things like that. So let me know if there are other videos like this that you would find helpful, if there are limited edition items that you couldn't get your hands on, or maybe discontinued palettes or something like that where we can do some build your own palettes or look for some more dupes in a way that might be helpful as far as getting you to dig into what's in your own collection, or maybe relieve some grief from a product missed or FOMO. I love to hear your suggestions. I really appreciate them, and I'd love to hear what you think about the dupes that I came up with in this video. I really tried the best that I could. I know they weren't perfect, but I feel like it was pretty good. So I'd love to hear all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! What? Sometimes I'm not sure if the things I say make sense. It's the human condition. You're doing great. You're doing great. Sometimes I pep talk myself. Do you ever do that? You're doing great too. That's pretty good, right? You think? I hope so. As my husband would say, good enough for government work. Which is scary because he does work for the government. And hopefully these look as good on my lips in front of the ring light as they did when I was just swatching them in the regular room light. I didn't really think about that aspect. Might be scrapping this video. We'll see. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully this... What? What are you... Okay. Relit it. I ate so many french fries earlier and I regret nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not bad. I've been wearing this makeup all day and it literally looks so good still. I put this makeup on at like 8:30 this morning and it's 6:20 now and I feel like it still looks really, really good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was just gonna talk about lipstick. The huge. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Zoned out there for a minute, not gonna lie. I also wanted to do this video because I bet there are a lot of people that wanted one color because these are all based off the same shade, so they're all very, very similar, just different finishes. And I bet there are a lot of people out there that just wanted one, like, hey, I don't need 6 different versions of the same color, I just want this one formula. Well, now, you know, you can just maybe get the dupe for it. Or maybe you already have it. Maybe that's why you like it, because you already have it. Happens to me all the time. Those are exactly the same. That's the same color. It feels the same too. I'm not crazy, right? That's literally exactly the same. Yeah, it is. That looks even better than I thought it was going to. The MAC side looks teeny tiniest bit shinier, but it's a dead on match. I've had this project sitting on my to-do list with half the dupes figured out for 2 months at this point, so I'm glad to check it off my list. If you only knew how many projects like that over the past, 6 or 7 years of doing YouTube that I half did or just started and never finished, I probably would have 100 more videos if I had finished all. It's just the nature of the job. It's the nature of the beast. It's It's the nature of being a creative person. All my other creative people out there will know. How many half-finished projects do you have? You don't have to call yourself out. I'm just saying, you know it's true. You and I both know, okay? We're both guilty of this. It's okay. It's alright. Thanks for hanging out. I'm really glad you're here. And I just think that you're cool, smart, special, awesome, sweet, and adorable. And I'm glad you're here. And I will see you in the next one. It'll be real soon. Okay? Love your face. Bye.